Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right.
Hey now.
Hey now. We on?
Hey now.
How you doing?
Good, buddy. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, I got some, what are you, Tivana?
Tivana. No, it's really just cold brew coffee
Okay.
with almond milk in it.
Nice.
Because I found two things. Cold brew, less acidic than regular coffee. Almond milk is very alkaline. It's the only way I can drink coffee now because I'm old and my stomach rejects
with the
all acidic things.
gastroenteritis or whatever.
Yes, it's gastroenteritis. It's got me living that.
Yeah, you sound a
alkaline life.
little stuffed up.
My stomach has just been fucked up lately, you know? So don't get old, people.
No, I've
Treat yourself better.
been feeling that way too. But,
You ever think about, like, I actually woke up this morning thinking, like, if I were to go back in time and talk to a younger version of myself, what advice would I give myself? What would I tell myself as a young man? Do you have any thoughts on that? Like what you would do to sort of better prepare you for life now if you started early?
I mean, depending how early we're talking.
Let's say we go back to like 12 years old or something. Let's say you were. I'm assuming we haven't formulated any terrible habits by the time we're 12.
Yeah.
Yet, you know.
12, I don't think I really thought about life that much to really say don't do that.
Don't do.
I don't
this
think
or
I
don't
could
do
tell.
that.
Yeah.
But what about do this, like proactive advice? You know, I actually thought if I was young, I would have probably told myself, just talk to more girls. Talk to more girls. Like,
Okay.
Don't be afraid of it, and like maybe start on that sooner.
Okay.
Because I feel like I have a good rapport with women now.
Mm-hmm.
But like growing up, my relationship with my mother was always weird, and I think I could have used more practice of just talking to other females, like at a young. Because I talk to other people that are like, it's a numbers game. You got to hit on a million. Because I'm going through this breakup. It's like really been hard for me, and I think it's because it's so long in between relationships.
Right.
Whereas other guys are like constantly, going out with girls and sort of always dating, and I think I'm always kind of afraid to step into that.
Well,
Maybe if I started earlier, I would have been like, hey, talk to...
Yeah, I mean, mine wouldn't really have anything to do with girls, but I was kind of the same way. Growing up, I didn't really date any girls. I remember being like 14 years old and going and buying clothes and being like, you're going to get girls now because you spent all this money on clothes. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I cared. I got a girlfriend when I was like 18, and we dated for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I just started caring less and less. And then at this point, I just don't care. And I feel like I do much better with
I think
women
that's
now.
how you do well, too, with women, is the being aloof.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's part of
Like
it.
I got my hair cut. I let it go long and then I get it cut short.
Yeah.
And I went to the haircut place and she's like, how do you want it? And I go, I don't know. 3 on top, 2 on the side. She goes, you want me to give you a buzz feed? I go, or
buzz feed.
a buzz cut? Give me the buzz feed.
The buzz feed. That should be a haircut.
Yeah. So she was like, well, how old are you? And I told her my age. She's like, no, we're not doing that to your hair. I said,
I told her my age.
Yeah.
Like if you had said I'm 12, she would have been like,
yeah,
cool. Let's do
okay,
it.
we'll give you a buzz cut. Then she's like, no, we can't do that. So then she was like, we'll cut it short and then I'll do it with scissors. I go, okay, whatever. She goes, well, what do you have a girlfriend? I go, I guess. She goes, well, how would you?
I don't even know.
Yeah. She goes, well, how would you like it? I go, I don't know.
Cornrows?
Yeah, cornrows. So she just cut it. I think it looks fine. People have said it looks fine.
It looks good.
Yeah, but
If this is radio, so people can't tell. Jeff has a full head of dreads now.
yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty dope.
Looks like that rapper Extension.
Yeah.
He's got blonde dreads on half of his head. And
There was a white rapper that died. He had like tattoos
yes,
on his face.
Lil Peep.
Have you ever heard of him before?
I had never heard of Lil Peep.
Okay.
He was only 21.
Yeah.
And it like makes me feel old because like I watched on like TMZ or something. They had Daz from the Dog Pound commenting on it. Like
I don't know who that is.
Well,
either.
you listen to Snoop Dogg and Dre and
Right,
all that. Well,
okay.
Daz was on there with all those guys.
Okay.
And he's like telling and by the way, the creator of The Chronic, the whole album about weed, he's going like, kids got to get off drugs. You know what I mean? He's basically saying like, I don't do any drugs, no pills, no nothing, just weed. Like kids today need to go back to weed. And it's like, wow, what a weird world we're in now where, you know, people are overdosing on Xanax. I didn't even know you could overdose on Xanax.
Is that what happened to him?
Apparently. I mean, he was on a lot of pills and stuff.
Well, you can overdose on pretty much any pills.
Yeah, I guess so.
know?
He was part of the emo movement, they say, in rap, which I'd never heard.
Oh.
How far have we gone in rap that there's an actual emo genre
So what
of
are they-
rap?
Like, I want these bitches, but these hoes don't want me. Because isn't the emo like they're all sad?
Yeah.
So
They're
they still like
sad,
ripping
kinda-
on women, like being sexist to women, but they don't want me. Makes me cry. But look at those hoes asses.
These bitches have self-esteem, and I don't. I don't know. I don't know what emo rap is. I just thought it was funny, and my friend was like, "Yeah, you can blame white people for emo rap," but I don't know if that's true because I think Lil Wayne and some of these other guys, you know, young Thug, they all sound like they're crying on records.
Yeah.
They sound like they're whining and crying. Young baby. I don't know if we can blame the white people for emo rap. I think we blame Lil Wayne, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Lil Peep died.
Yeah, it's too bad.
I thought he would die from. I mean, honestly, that was some of the worst. I shouldn't speak bad of him, but those are some of the worst tattoos I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they show up more on white people. Like when you have really bad tattoos all over your face.
Think of the bit that we did with the white people versus crackers.
Yes, it's true. I know.
But
by the way, I missed you last night. I was hoping I thought we could do tandem.
oh well,
But you couldn't get out of work, right?
well, he never really asked me.
Okay.
When we were at lunch, he just said, "Oh, I'm
You wanna
doing
do
this show."
Yeah,
but I already knew I was working because
Oh, that's a shame.
I wanted to work because Nick Swartzen was at the store.
How awesome was that?
It was pretty good.
Oh, just pretty good.
Yeah, I wasn't
Really?
completely.
Had you seen that stuff before?
No,
Oh, really?
no. I mean, he's working on his new Netflix special.
Okay.
First off, none of us got to open, which kind of bummed me out a little bit.
got you. Okay.
You know, because they both were sold out shows.
All right.
And so they had two openers. The first one did like 10, and the other one did like 15.
Did you know the openers or who
No,
they were?
never heard of them, but they were both pretty good.
Okay.
The second guy, you could tell he's a little more polished. He's been around a while. But Nick did he was supposed to do an hour. He did like 75 the first show, and then he did like an hour the second show.
Okay.
And it was pretty much the same stuff. And he was loose, and he wasn't drinking or anything. I don't know
wow.
if he's sober now, but
Okay.
he didn't seem like the happy-go-lucky person that I'd seen other times. That
Maybe from not drinking.
yeah, I mean that's probably it. But I mean, he did a set. It was a lot about poop, and you know, it's like his closing bit was like about he just wants to jizz as much as he pees. And then talking about like jizzing on a woman's face, and like she's like, "Oh, let's stop." And then his other bit was like just about shitting his pants, and then possibly the dog eating it. I had to go outside because it was too gross.
Oh, it was too gross for you.
Yeah.
Wow. So he actually reached the threshold of this is disgusting.
Yeah, so it wasn't my,
Cup of poop.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But he did kind of what Pauly Shore does. Like after he finished his set on the second show, he just went out the back door and left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he didn't take pictures or anything like that. So I thought people were a little bummed about that. But
Were people sticking around to try to meet him and
Oh,
he was
yeah.
gone?
yeah,
And so they were bummed.
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
because it was sold out show and they drank a lot. Oh my god,
I would think this is just speculation, but from listening to a lot of his stuff, I know that everyone always wants to buy him shots, and if he is trying to be sober, I could see why he would leave out the back door.
Yeah.
Just because all of his fans are party animals, right?
we used like pretty. I know both shows probably they used, especially the Late Show. They used probably all the glasses
I bet.
we owned in the entire place.
That is a fan base of drinkers.
I've
man.
never seen so many glasses. We had, I think, pretty much almost all of them.
Yeah.
that were used.
And that really begs the question, how do you retain that fan base when you change? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if he's going to be a sober comic now, his comedy will change, his personality will change, in a lot of ways.
It was
He'll be
still
a different comedian.
it was still pretty silly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's talking about how he's turning 41 and how like he missed his chance to have kids, and that was a funny bit. He had some funny stuff, but
Yeah.
it was just a lot of poop and jizz, and it just
a little bit much.
yeah, it was just a little bit much, but but no, it was cool obviously to see him,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how
Well,
Winston's
it was
go?
good. I mean, I hadn't performed there in a long time, so you go in. There was very few people there at first, and you get nervous. But I think it helped. A few of the comics that were up earlier had sort of suggested, "Hey, why don't you guys come sit in the front?" And there was those rows of chairs in the front, and a bunch of people came and sat there, which really helped a lot.
Yeah.
And I had felt like it went really well. I was really happy with the set, mostly because of tempered by your expectations. Like you're thinking this could be really bad, and I thought it went really well. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, I would have done it like any other week. It's
Yeah.
just I wanted to see Nick. He's probably the biggest name person we've had at the store.
Actually, if there's anyone I would want to see, it would be him.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I'm a huge fan of
Right.
his stand-up.
But yeah, I haven't been to the Winston since you and Dave headlined that.
Yeah.
And that was probably 6 months ago. Or so.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
and
so-
I don't think I have either performed there. So
Yeah, so I mean, I want to get back there. It's not like I don't
Yeah.
want to do it. It just
it was
something
fun.
came up.
We did I think I did about 12, something like that, and then Hugo did almost 15, maybe, and then we had a roast battle that we judged, and that was pretty fun. Just because it was one roast battle, which I liked, rather than trying to do two.
Did you know the people that were roasted?
Yes, but their names escape me right now. But no surprise there. But
Right.
I thought they did a good job.
Okay.
I thought
They both
did a
seemed
good job.
prepared.
Yeah, they did. They did seem prepared. They each did about 5-6 jokes, and it was funny because some of the sort of homophobic, racist stuff that they threw at each other didn't hit, but like calling each other pedophiles seemed to work. It's just weird what insults hit.
Right,
and
you got
what
to draw
don't.
the line somewhere.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Did you have any other shows this week?
I had a great show at the at Tonight in San Diego on Monday. One of
Okay.
our better shows. We had the
We can discuss that.
Yeah,
when we
we'll
come
discuss
back.
that.
I had a couple other shows this week, so I just want
I wanna hear about
want to tease what we
Let's
have
tease
coming
them.
back.
we had the bailiff from Judge Judy. I'll tease you with
Oh,
that.
okay. That'd be interesting. All right. We got more. WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk. Bye.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years. So we understand how important the internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit bizvidcommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BIZVID communications.com.
I've been bragging about Progressive Medical Center to you guys for years, and I'm so excited to have Dr. Agoli with us because, Dr. Agoli, a lot of people walk through your doors, and some of their biggest problems are they're just fatigued, they're tired all the time, and even though they're dieting and exercising, they cannot get the weight off. Why is that?
It's a combination of poor metabolism, inappropriate eating, but more importantly, it's due to a lack of education and really doing the right testing. A lot of our patients are metabolically compromised. What does that mean? Their metabolism is not functioning. The metabolism is responsible for all physical and chemical processes necessary to sustain life, and that includes energy. And without cellular energy, your body is not going to be a burning machine. Let's get back and teach our listeners to be a fat-burning machine.
It's been a lot easier to maintain my weight since Progressive Medical Center started treating me with all natural supplements, learning proper nutrition, and that can be you today. No more frustrations about being tired or overweight. So why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today through progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
Gotham Books presents Marriage Rules by Harriet Lerner. The book Martha Beck calls required reading for anyone hoping to interact successfully with any other human, not just for those in romantic relationships. Get your copy wherever books and ebooks are sold, and visit harrietlerner.com to learn how to change your marriage today.
Which sandwich is healthy and tasty? Which sandwich can come on bread or in a bowl? Which sandwich comes 51 different ways, so it's always your way? A which sandwich. Stop into our shop in Hazard Center. We're upstairs from the Hazard Center Digiplex. Bring in your movie ticket. We will add a free drink and chips to your sandwich order. Or order online at whichwich.com, and we will have it ready and waiting. WHICH, whichwich.com.
Hey, do you want a great price on a new or used car? Hi, this is professional racing driver Don Swanson, and I know a thing or two about cars. I'm talking about Military Auto Center, San Diego's original and only automotive warehouse where low overhead means low prices on your next vehicle. Stop by and experience a friendly and casual way to discuss your car needs. They're located conveniently at 9323 Activity Road. You can call them at 858-831-7887 or online at militaryautocenter.com. We'll see you there.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right, we are back.
Yes.
So you're saying it's your second to last one, right?
Yeah,
On
the
tonight's-
last one is this Monday.
Okay.
And then we're on a break until March. So tonight
Okay.
San Diego has like a huge break. And they're talking about switching theaters after this too. And, you know, who knows what kind of cast and crew we'll have next time. Because every block we have different group of, you know, production people, camera people, like
Right.
different interns. So it's almost like a, you know, sort of, it changes a lot. And I think by the end of March, who knows?
Right.
Where we'll be at. But but we did have a good show. I'd had a few shows that I just felt I just haven't been feeling good, and this one, ironically, I went in feeling super depressed, and I thought the crowd was amazing, the headlines hit really good, and it just cheered me up. And,
Right.
and then the guests were amazing. Like we had this woman, Ashanti Davis from the Fleet Science Center, who we'd had on before, who had brought liquid nitrogen and like made this huge explosion. So we knew it was going to be something fun like that. And she had a big compressed thing of hydrogen, which is like super explosive and dangerous. And she put it in this bowl with soapy water and blew and like went to like blow bubbles, and it like exploded all over me. So it's like second segment.
In
I'm
your
covered
suit?
in my suit in like soapy water,
That's
which we had to dry off for the next thing.
Yeah.
But so it's like this huge bubbling cauldron of hydrogen bubbles. And then she like takes it with her hand and lights it on a candle, and it like explodes in fire.
God.
And it was crazy, you know?
That's good visuals.
Really good visuals. So that was really fun. Then we had this guest, this guy, Bird. I don't want to screw up his first name, but he was the bailiff from Judge Judy.
Okay.
And
The black guy?
The black guy. And he's super funny, and he does impressions.
Is he still the bailiff?
He's still the bailiff. That
Okay.
show has been on for 22 years.
Where's the show located? Is it L.A.?
I think it is in L.A.
Okay.
And they're both from Brooklyn, him and Judge Judy. And when
Okay.
she came out here, and he was a real bailiff. And when they worked together, like I guess in the real court system one time, and she had like looked at him and said some acronym that was like SODDI or something, and the guy's like, "Yup, some other dude did it," and they like immediately connected on that. And so I guess when she came out to do her show, she called him to ask, you know, if you wanted to, and he became this TV bailiff, which he now, you know, not an actor.
Right.
Apparently, they tried an actor, and the actor couldn't function because the whole show is unscripted, and the actor was trying to do lines.
Trying to act.
He was trying to act, and so they needed a real bailiff. And this guy's real funny. I mean,
She's a real judge, though, right?
she's a real judge,
Okay.
and yeah. So he was a great guest, and it was one of those interviews that went too like it was. We needed another 5 minutes just to get all his stuff because he was just so.
Why
funny.
was he in San Diego?
I think he's doing a bunch of promo in San
Okay.
Diego. I'm not sure exactly, but it was a great guest to have on, and he did a Bernie Mac impression that was super funny.
That's good.
And we did a little bit where Keith wanted to be like my bailiff, so he like moved the podium over, and when the guy went to shake my hand, Keith jumped in and shook it for me, and so we did a bunch of playful stuff, bailiff-y type of
Okay.
stuff. So,
And he was
yeah.
cool with that?
Oh, yeah, it was his idea.
Oh, okay.
And so I thought, well, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the interview, he goes, we got to do this again. And I was like, I love guests that
Right.
that want to do it again.
Of
you
course.
know, I just hope we don't screw it up and not show his friggin' clip like we did with yours, you know, because that's happened a number of times. It
Yeah.
hasn't just happened with you. There's been other guests that never got to see their footage. And I feel like that's really burning a bridge where, you know, you're never going to get them back. And they're also not going to really spread the word on the show. And, you know, that could be technical issues. I'm not blaming production. You never know what happens.
Right.
They have a huge job. But anyway, so
Yeah,
it was
well-
a good show.
Did you do any stand-up other than Winston's?
Yeah, I did. I did a show for Maria Herman up in Carlsbad. It was at the Witch Creek Winery,
Okay.
and it was just me and Julian Fernandez. I think it's Fernandez. great guy, does all these different accents and voices and stuff. And I was a little nervous because it opened. It was like Maria opened, and then Andrew Norelli did a guest spot because he lives up there now. And then Julian was doing like 30, and then I had to close it out with like 40.
Oh, wow.
But I think because of the guest spot, I only had to do like 35. But
Was
it was
it a
one of
small
those.
place?
It was pretty big, and it was like sort of like the whitest, oldest human beings gathered in one room.
Not my favorite audience.
No, and especially because they're all drinking wine, and they're sort of like you feel that they're looking
What day of
down
the week
on
was
you.
this?
It was Wednesday.
Okay.
And I think, honestly, that it went better than I expected it to go. I think I felt like it was going to be real hard work the whole
Yeah.
time. And there was a couple times I had to call them out because they were just talking, and I was like, all right, let's start this over. And then I would get off the stage and be like, bring me up again, like one of those things that you would do,
Yeah.
where it was like, all right, let's reset it.
Yeah,
and I had to do that twice. But I think both times it paid off because then they started paying attention again. And had some people talk to me afterwards, so I felt good about it.
Well, that's good.
So it was a good show, and one of those shows where when you get to do a long amount of time and it goes well, you feel good about yourself again.
Of course,
So, yeah. So that helped. We had sort of a wrap party on Thursday at Dave and Buster's for tonight in San Diego. So no comedy there, but then last night at Winston's was really good, I thought.
Okay.
And how was your week? Did you do the store before? You didn't get to do the Swartzen sets.
No,
obviously,
nobody
but
opened.
What about Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday was like a promoted show. It was Austin Train. He was doing a show, and
you mean Los Angeles comedian Austin Train?
Yeah, he made his way down
Wow.
to headline the store.
Nice.
He did about. I went up. He did like 15, but I went up like at the door guy spots before. So I did like 6 minutes, like third. And it just didn't go well.
Oh, no.
It went well. Like, normally I feel like I have one of the better sets. That night I felt like I had the worst set of the night.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Wonder
was.
why.
Like, I played, Joe Grillo had a great set before me, and I went after him, and I just felt like it just didn't go well at all.
Man.
Yeah.
That's weird when that happens, and you can't explain why.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like doing material that I know have worked and everything, and it's just like, no, we don't like you. I don't know.
So strange.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sometimes it's a weird timing thing. They're distracted by something and just don't quite get them at the beginning, and then you feel weird. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what happened.
Right. No,
Sometimes
it was just like one of those sets where I was like, ugh. And it was like one of those times where I don't really care at this point what other comics, but there was like a lot of other comics like hanging out.
Yeah.
None of them watched anyways, but it's just like, yeah, you want to do well,
Yeah.
and have people hear, he's doing well.
Right.
And yeah, it just was just not good.
I think you get more in your head when there's people watching that you feel like you have to impress.
Yeah.
It's almost like you'd rather perform for just complete strangers
Right,
than
right.
for your friends, family, or comics you admire.
Right. That's just like I've been looking about getting a show when I go back home.
Yeah, awesome.
Because I don't think I'm going to do it.
No.
Because the only nights I could really do it is Thursday is the night I come in.
Would you set it up where the place that we performed at last, or no?
They're not doing it anymore.
Okay.
I wouldn't set up. I would just do like a pop-in set or something.
Yeah.
But the only shows they have are on Thursday and Monday. And Thursday's the day I get in, and then Monday is the day before I leave.
Yeah.
So it's like I just don't want to do it. I tried to get one for Friday, but they don't run that show anymore. They're not starting up till January.
Yeah.
So
I've never done it at home when I go home if I ever go home just for vacation or
Yeah.
whatever. I think the only time I've ever done stand-up at home was when we did our tour. That was it.
yeah, Renee's actually in Baltimore, Maryland area. He's opened up for Pauly this weekend.
Oh,
So,
wow. So
yeah.
he's still doing that.
Yeah.
Just him and Pauly, like the two of them?
One other guy, like Renee's opening, and then there's a feature, and then Pauly. But
Okay.
yeah, so it's cool.
Oh,
like the
man.
night before, the club that they're doing, Gilbert Godfrey was there.
Oh, man. That's
Yeah.
great.
So
I wonder how funny that was.
I don't know. He wasn't there, but probably good.
Yeah, I still think that Gilbert Gottfried as a guest on Norm Macdonald
Yeah.
is the funniest podcast I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I was talking with Alec Parent. He was like, I just don't get his. I don't get his stand up. I go, well, his stand up's really weird, but he's more of like a character, like off like his podcasts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's a really funny guy. His stand up I haven't really seen. I just remember he did like a Comedy Central Presents where he did did Jerry Seinfeld like acting like Shakespeare, like. Who are these people? To be or not to be? And he did like a spot on.
It's really funny.
Yeah, he did like a spot on impression of him. So it's just funny because he has this weird ass voice.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was at the store Thursday too. It was a really weirdly set up show. Like on the website, it was Mel Hall and Candace Thompson.
Okay.
And the lineup was Kyle Ray did 6, Mal did 15, Josh Nelson did 10, Candace did 30, this guy Rob Christensen did 30, then Vicky did 8, this guy from Australia did 8, and then I did 6, Alec did 6, and then David Weiser did 6, I believe. So it was like really weirdly set up.
Super weird.
Which, you know, obviously I figured it was going to go terrible for me, like going up that late after 2 people I did 30, and then going up to Big D and this Australian guy. But I ended up having like a really good set.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and even had people come up to me like after, like, to even not like I wasn't that long ago, and it was only 20 minutes ago. But the guy was like, "You were really funny. We want like when I fit." I said, "All right, that's my time." Like I heard people say, "Oh,
yeah, that's cool,"
because they saw other people do so much longer, and I was like doing really well.
Yeah.
So that was felt better, you know.
That definitely makes you feel better.
Because that's a much harder set to go up when, you know, basically 2 headliners do an hour. And,
I'm almost surprised like you wouldn't call the show at that point. Like after someone. 2 people doing 30 back to back. That's a rough follow.
Yeah, so there was a little rough patch, but I felt like I had a really good set. So
That's cool.
It was cool. You know, I opened with the same joke I did on Wednesday that had been working. So I was like, "What is this joke?
Let's try it
work?"
again.
Yeah, and it really worked. You know,
Okay.
and then after that, I did different stuff than I did on Wednesday. You know, so it was like cool. You know. Sometimes it just really isn't you; it's just the audience. You know.
Yeah.
You know, people are always like, "It's always on you," which I don't believe that.
I don't know. I mean, I've had those feelings before where I'm like, I could have done things differently, but I don't know how much better it would have been. I mean, I could have tried something different. I could have just done crowd work, but I don't know. You go up there, you're like, I want to do my jokes.
Right.
And then they throw you off. Sometimes it is the audience.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
of
But
course.
I think you and I both are like, we only blame them 10% of the time.
Yeah, I'm not going to say
important.
it's completely the audience, you know, because I have the contest on Monday, and I don't know if there's going to be any audience at all. Like, Dave Callens, like, messaged the people, and it's like, these people aren't going to bring anybody. But
Start
find
today?
out. Yeah. You're listening to WSRadio.com.
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
Homeless veterans and their families are suffering and need our support, but many won't ask or don't know that help is within reach. Veterans Community Services is here to help. Amazingly, about 35% of the homeless in our neighborhoods are veterans with families. Low-income veterans or their friends are encouraged to contact Veterans Community Services and reach out for help with housing and other services. Call now, 800-974-9909.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Agoli, one thing that you have helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians, because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
No family can survive on 2 incomes anymore, let alone 1. If you are supplementing your family's income working from home, then tune into The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio. Host Deb Bixler brings you sales tips, lead generation systems, and best business practices that guarantee direct sales success. Whether you're looking for a little extra cash or a career change, The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio will give you proven systems that will work in your home business. The Cash Flow Show, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
In the military, things can change in an instant. At Navy Mutual Aid Association, we understand because it's our life too. That's why our dedication to serving the life insurance needs of our military veterans and their families is unrivaled. Navy Mutual offers superior life insurance protection without military service restrictions and limitations. A single focus on providing the peace of mind military families are looking for. That's what we do. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve. Call 800-628-6011 or go to NavyMutual.org.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
Hey, we're back. It's tough to get on the air when you get your producer telling us how gay he is. It seems like
Gay hiking stories.
Yeah, it was fun.
Not firsthand.
No, secondhand. No, I was talking about. So next week I got the contest. I'm gonna do the stand up show for the tonight in San Diego, and then shoot over to the Madhouse. But
cool, double dipping.
Yeah.
So, do you know who you're up against in this round of the contest?
I don't. I saw a couple. I think Adam Connie's in it. Ryan Shores.
Does that ever matter? Do you ever think about that as far as like who?
The only thing I think about is
there?
whether they're going to bring people, and I don't think those people are going to bring people. So
Yeah.
the only thing that concerns me if it's just all comics there,
Right.
because I don't think any comic is going to vote for me.
Why do you think no comic would vote for you?
Because they aren't going to watch, and it doesn't matter. Even if it's just comics, no one's going to really do well. So it's not like I mean, it's more of definitely a popularity contest when it's.
I would hope that they would vote for who's funniest. That they vote for their favorite person first, and then whoever's funniest second.
Yeah, but I don't think that happens.
I think that Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Either
So
way.
the question then is, if you're hoping that they bring a bunch of people,
Well,
so that there's an audience.
maybe not
or
even
you
a
think-
bunch, but at least like 10.
But
so
if they bring people, aren't those people all going to vote for them?
but then I can get second.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, second is better than nothing.
Style-wise, you look at the comics and go, okay, this guy's going to do this, and I got to...
No,
right?
I don't analyze it that much.
No, because you're like, I'll do my thing.
Yeah, I just do my thing. That's pretty much how I've been doing it. But no,
So Shores is in it, though.
Yeah,
so that's good competition right there.
Yeah, but it's not. It's really just a competition against myself.
Absolutely.
I never like. Yeah, it's whatever. Most of the time when I've lost, it's because I screwed myself over, and a couple of times I got screwed over. But what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? That's how it goes.
But no, I've had. I didn't get much sleep. I didn't get home till about 1 o'clock. But by the time I went to sleep, it was like 2:30.
Yeah.
But I woke up at like 5:30, and I wrote a couple of jokes. Which
Do you
I
think
might
the
try.
jokes woke you up, like they were percolating in the brain while you're
That
trying to
happened
sleep?
the other day on Sunday night. I had, or maybe it was last Sunday, but I had a dream. I don't know if I told you about this, but I had a dream where the girl was the killer, but she had braces.
Okay.
And I just kind of switched it around. Like, if a serial killer had braces, I don't think I'd be very afraid of him. Because if a serial killer is that concerned with their dental hygiene, I don't think they're worried about killing people. I think
I'm going to murder you as soon as I take this retainer out.
Right. I'm not very afraid, All the people with like you ever see Monster, the Charlize Theron, like a meth mouth. He didn't care about her teeth. I've never seen that. I've never in my life seen a serial killer with braces, and it's an adult with braces. That's adorable. You're not going to be. You're not going to be afraid of them. But,
Unless they bite you with those things.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had that dream.
I think adults with braces are kind of always funny for some reason.
Right, but you don't think of him as a serial killer.
No, not really.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I tried to riff about it on stage. It didn't really go that well. But,
It's funny though.
Yeah.
What about the one about your name? You tell us that one.
Well, I'll tell you the part that I didn't tell you. But I said that. So this is my name, which I told you in the break. But like the other part, I want to see if it'll work. I think it's kind of funny, but I'm not sure if I said. My name is Jeff Bilodeau, but my name is Jeffrey Bilodeau, or Jeffrey Roger Bilodeau for short. I go by Jeff Bilodeau, but for long I go by Jeffrey Roger, Jesse Egan, Damian Pruitt, Bijan Mostafari, Sharon, Damian, Sarah Bilodeau the Fourth. But it's very tough to remember, so I go by Jiff.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's stupid, but I think it's kind of funny.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, the other thing I thought about is that I'm getting older, but I'm still pretty dumb. Because I dated this redheaded girl, and someone came up to me and goes, "Oh, yeah, your girlfriend, I like that red hair." I said, "Does the carpet match the drapes?" And at that point, I realized I don't know what drapes are.
I don't know. I don't know what drapes
Yeah.
are. I'm not sure.
I'm a 34-year-old man that lives alone in a studio apartment. I have one window that I cover with a bath towel. I don't know what drapes are.
Drape?
Yeah, if I had one of my friends call me up, be like, "Hey, you want to go shopping for drapes?" I would be like, "Oh, Drake has a new album." Seriously.
Does the carpet match the new album by Drake? Thank God they don't ask you about duvet covers and other weird stuff.
Yeah, does the carpet match the duvet cover?
I have no idea what that is.
Why are we discussing? And at this point, it'd be like, it's more like, does the bare linoleum floor with a small streak of carpet match the drapes?
Does the popcorn ceiling match the concrete floor?
Nobody has a carpet down there anymore.
I like that
Yeah,
one.
that's kind of fun.
That is funny.
But yeah, I've been writing a lot. I'm probably
great.
from my phone. But have you got any stuff that you've been trying?
Well, I was
Mostly breakups.
Yeah, mostly breakup stuff. Yeah, and I mean, you get to the point where I found one funny thing about it, and so I just kind of going to try to expand on that. But everybody's advice is like, well, get a lot of material out of it. But it's hard sometimes when it doesn't strike you as funny right off the bat. So.
Yeah, I think I talked about it last week, but I think I listened to the rest of it. It was Chris Hardwick and Nick Swartzen. He was on his podcast.
Yeah.
And Nick was talking about how his dad died, and he would try to talk about it on stage, but he said well, people don't want to hear about death.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to hear about death, and also any kind of downer. It's I've done it before, where it's like, I think this is going to be funny, but it just brings the crowd down, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, I wrote this, which I can only do for a couple more, a week, I guess. Is about we call Thanksgiving Turkey Day.
Yeah,
it's a very morbid way to talk about how we murder millions of turkeys.
Yes.
How convenient is it that the Pilgrims ate turkey? How bad would it be if they had panda for the first Thanksgiving? You excited for Thanksgiving? Oh, we call it Panda Day.
We call this Victim Day. But yeah, I have been doing that Thanksgiving stuff and the Friendsgiving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I even brought back stuff about tofurkey and turducken and stuff. The stuff I just do 1 month out of the year.
Right, yeah.
I brought back the joke you like, because I thought you were going to be there, so I was like, I'm going to open with this for Jeff.
Oh, the Burger King thing?
Yeah. Just because I just think it's...
How'd it go?
I think it was really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it on Maria's show just to practice it once, and it got one of the... Or no, I forget where I was, but... When I got to the part where I was like, it was not a happy meal that day, it was I almost got a boo. Yeah, they was kind of like, oh. And I said, listen, if anybody has a better ending for that, just email it to me. But, the part where, the embarrassment part, the act out, that definitely works. And then I thought it was Hamburglar and his purple accomplice.
Yeah.
That stuff worked. I think it was a funny joke that I just did too many times. And it's,
I know how that goes.
It's fresh again now, but
right.
I had to give it another 5 years off, I guess.
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't do my Tony the Tiger joke or Kool-Aid Man and all that stuff. So
really be good to look back and find a bunch of those old things and bring them back and see if you can tag them up again or do them, fresh again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a different style.
And it's also from a different character. It's you wrote that years ago. You're sort of a different person in a lot of ways.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. But one other thing that I was talking about is that I saw did you ever see Man on the Moon?
Yeah.
The movie about
I
Andy
love that.
Kaufman?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. They had a new thing on Netflix with Jim Carrey, who played him in the movie.
Right.
It was a behind-the-scenes thing where Jim Carrey totally meted and totally became Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
And just totally was an asshole.
I saw the preview for it, but I didn't realize the whole program was out.
Yeah, it just came out I think yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
But Paramount or whoever released the film wanted to, because I think Jim was doing the filming or it
Okay.
had people doing it.
Oh,
And
they
like Paramount
documented.
was like, we're not releasing this. You come off like a total asshole.
Yeah, and he does?
Oh, yeah, he does.
He does.
And it's funny because he talks about it now.
Right.
Like he's trying to commit to.
Why is it coming out now, do you think?
Because at this point, who gives a shit?
Well,
I mean,
because I feel like they had sort of a concerted effort to say, hey, look how crazy Jim Carrey is right now. Like they had him releasing these statements about I'm not a person, I'm just a collective of thoughts and all this stuff, and then this thing comes out. It's like, what is the deal? Why are they trying to now make him look so crazy?
Well, I mean, this has probably maybe helped. I mean, to release it. And Jim Carrey, I mean, with seeing how meta he was playing that role, I mean, maybe it's all been planned to drop this film.
The new whatever. Oh, the
Yeah, maybe the stuff he was saying was to make controversy, or as Zach Dave would say, there's no bad press.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe he did that.
I had read that he was doing that when they were filming that movie, that he would stay in character the whole time they were filming it.
Yeah.
And even, you know, he did both Andy Kaufman
And
Tony Clifton, and he was really committed to both of those. So as Tony Clifton, he was really disruptive on the set as well, right?
Right.
Did they show some of that?
Yeah, there was an interesting thing where Bob Zamuda was like his partner who would sometimes play Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
And there was a part where they're filming the movie where Hugh Hefner wanted Jim Carrey to come to the Playboy Mansion. And Jim Carrey was like, I can, but I can. He was doing Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
So he went to the Playboy Mansion as Tony Clifton, you know, and everyone's thinking he's Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, Jim Carrey shows up, and it had been Bob Zamuda that had been playing Tony Clifton the entire time.
That's great.
And there's like a video of like Andy Dick, like before Jim Carrey showed up, being like, that can't be Andy Dick. That can't be Jim Carrey. He's just so amazing.
Yeah.
So they ended up like throwing Bob Zamuda as Tony Clifton out.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They kicked him out of the
Yeah.
party?
Yeah, because they were mad. Like, that
Oh, man.
Yeah, but it was just like so. Like, I can't even imagine getting that committed to a character. But he was talking about like he didn't know who he was after he finished because he had been totally committed to being that. Even off, like they had an interview where like he was a driver and like just saying like Jim was like that nonstop.
Wow.
So, we got one more segment. You're listening to WSRadio.com.
Identity theft costs over $20 billion a year. When was the last time you changed all of your passwords? Don't be a victim. The nonprofit Securing Our eCity Foundation is here to support you. They serve individuals, families, seniors, businesses, and nonprofits throughout San Diego, helping to make a safer cyber experience for all. For more information, visit securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444.
One person has the power to change the world, impact millions of lives, and leave a legacy for lifetimes to come. That person is you. In the New York Times bestseller, What is Your What? Steve Olsher, award-winning author and founder of the Reinvention Workshop, reveals his proven process that has helped thousands of men and women discover, share, and monetize the one thing they were born to do. Grab your free copy now at www.whatisyourwhat.com/free. That's www.whatisyourwhat.com/free.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. Vin Village is where wine lovers connect.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years. So we understand how important the internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit bizvidcommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BIZVID communications.com.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right, we are back. Final segment already.
Yeah.
We might be off for 2 weeks after this.
I know. I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be in next week, but I know the week after I'm going to Maine.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I've been trying to follow the forecast, see if I'll get.
Hopefully there'll be some snow.
Some snow, yeah. I'll probably be inside the whole time. But
you were saying you haven't been there in 11 years during the winter time, right? During the holiday season.
During the holiday season, yeah, it's been 11 years, but I want to say 10 at the most, because when I first moved out, because I've been out here almost 11 and a half years now, because I came in 2006. The first year I had to go home because I was still in the Air Force, so I had to do a couple of weekends.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
Well, you're not good with the heat, but are you good? Are you bad with the
I'm bad
cold?
with all.
Really? Because I remember just seeing you getting hot and being like, I can't deal with it. And I'm like, man, East Coast would not work out anymore.
Yeah.
But the cold, I mean, it's much colder in Maine than it ever gets hot, obviously. So,
well, it gets hot during the summertime too, though. I mean, that's what scares me the most about New York. It's just it's going to be intense.
Just forget it.
Yeah. So
forget it.
But I think I'd rather do cold than hot.
Yeah.
Because you can always, warm up and
bundle up.
Yeah, and I mean, I do the sauna, but that's for 20 minutes, and I'm trying to sweat.
Yeah.
And I'm not in full clothes. Even today, I was pissed off because I went into work, at 6:30 when I went in, and I had a long sleeve shirt because it was like 50.
Yeah.
And then I get out of work, it's fucking 80. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I just want it to be like 72 all the time.
I know.
That would be perfect.
So I was going to ask you, we didn't touch on it, I don't think, on the podcast. Everything, the Louis C.K. thing. I mean, obviously, he has sort of admitted to all these charges, as Al Franken already sort of admitted to what he did. I feel like there's a little difference there between that and just outright denying it, the way sort of Kevin Spacey and
has he denied it?
I think Kevin Spacey denied a lot of it. Harvey Weinstein, a lot of those guys sort of at least qualified it. Like, I was drunk and I did this one time, and then 20 other accusers come out.
Yeah.
It's a little disturbing. I mean, it's very disturbing for me, just because it's like, are there any heroes left that are going to be untainted by this kind of thing, or can you rely on, like, if they come out, there's that joke of 20 people have accused Tom Hanks of being nice or whatever. That's stupid.
I mean, one thing about the Al Franken thing is that I've worn that army outfit that she has on.
Yeah.
There's no he feels anything. It's completely hard. There's nothing he feels.
Right.
Was it?
Well, his hands weren't even touching her. I don't think. But I think the more over her complaint was she was asleep and he did it, and also he forcibly kissed her with his wet fucking mouth. And
yeah, I mean,
held the back of her head or whatever. It's super gross. And
I don't want to feel like I'm sympathizing. I just think that stuff must happen all the time.
Today on Adam Carolla, he was talking about how he goes, if you think about it, every kiss is sort of done without consent. You move in to kiss someone, there's no consent given until afterwards.
Right.
So you kiss someone, I mean, that's a little different than holding the back of their head or whatever.
Right. No.
But I just think it's crazy the way Al Franken does this one thing, and Trump jumps on it and tweets an attack,
of course,
on him. I'm like, what big balls you have when there's over 16 women,
right? And then he hasn't said anything about that. Was it Roy Moore or Ray?
Right?
Yeah,
yeah. Well, apparently he said something 9 days ago when it happened, and I don't know if he outright, was against him the way he is with Al Franken, obviously. But
right.
It's funny to make that political, to be like, I'm going to attack a Democrat that's that's an abuser, but not a Republican.
Of
I don't
course.
think that should go along party lines. You should be like, what about human decency?
Yeah.
But obviously Trump doesn't have that.
No.
But, I just think it's crazy. He's been accused of 3 rapes and like 14 other weird things, and it's like, how is that not a bigger deal than Kevin Spacey or whatever?
Yeah, I just try to stay out of that stuff because
Yeah.
I'm just not informed enough about politics, and just I don't know what the line is anymore. It's just like I'm just afraid.
Well, I think it's weird too that the way they've defined assault, like Adam Carolla was talking about, in the old days when they said someone was sexually assaulted, you knew what that meant, that they were really assaulted. You never thought, well, that includes, George Bush pinched my ass or Al Franken kissed me. Like that is now defined as a sexual assault in today's sort of lingo, and I think it takes some of the clarity out of what happened, how you define it.
Yeah, I'm older now, and there's more media coverage now. But I mean, what happens if like Trump got a blowjob from an intern at this point? Like what happened with Clinton? Like how blown up would that be? I mean, Clinton remained president.
Yeah, right.
Because he was doing a good job. It's just like,
well, there was also consent there. That's totally different than if than if he forced Monica to.
Well, no, I know that, but I just think even if it was consented, I just think that wouldn't fly. In this day and age.
No.
Because I mean, I just can't not sound like a jackass without saying it. But with Louis C.K., he asked the women, would you mind if I jerked off?
Yeah, and I read an article. Sarah Silverman's older sister dated him for a long time, and I guess they broke up right before they did this little tour together. And she's like, this has happened to me a lot of times. In fact, Louis C.K. jerked off in front of me like 20 times.
Yeah.
But she said right in there, like, he would always ask, you want to go leave the room? And she's like, yeah, a lot of times I would leave the room. Other times I'd, like, sit and read in the corner. But he was basically saying, every morning this is what's going to go down. And, man, it's bizarre behavior.
Of course.
I agree with that. But I feel like it's a lot different than sort of like molesting or raping people. I'm saying like, and again, it's sort of the way they frame it. Like they say, oh, Charlie Sheen raped Corey Haim. Then if you read deeper, it's saying, no, it was consensual, but Corey Haim was like 13, which makes it statutory rape and all this other stuff. So I don't know. I feel like it's just like, super creepy, disgusting behavior, but I think they should be a little bit more specific in how they apply the terminology of it so that we know what's really going on.
It's all headline grabbing. Like Wade was talking about last week about the George Takei thing. There's like George Takei like forced a guy to have
He
sex.
categorically denies that as well.
Yeah, but he was just like they went to a bar and they were both drinking. It's just like it just makes I'm afraid. I think everybody's afraid. I think if you're a good, decent person as a guy and a girl, you're afraid.
How many times has Mike Vince slapped me in the nuts when I'm at the Comedy Store? I mean, I'm going to get him for sexual assault now, Mikey. Mikey, I want a weekend spot. Or I'm going to talk about how many times you hit my ding dong. I think some of it is like it's the atmosphere, and it's good that it like sort of lets women come out and tell their stories right now. But I think if it gets to the point of really sort of shutting down a lot of people before they hear the full story, then it's kind of sucks.
Well, it's definitely like guilty until proven innocent at this point.
Yeah,
but
that's what I just mean about the Trump thing is like it's incredible to me that the person in the highest office in the world is at least as guilty as all these actors that are getting their careers ruined. And maybe rightfully so, but it's just incredible that he continues and even attacks other people for the same crime. I don't know.
That he's done.
Just crazy.
Do you think he's going to make it all 4 years?
I don't think so. I think he's going to have to step down because I feel like at least either the Mueller probe or just the fact that they're coming at him with all these articles of impeachment. Because when the House and stuff flips in 2018. Because he's been such a bad president so far, I think there's going to lose a lot of seats and a lot of Republicans will be replaced in the House. And at that point, they can vote to impeach him.
Okay.
So that would be sort of...
Has it ever happened as a president?
I think Bill Clinton was impeached, but I don't think it didn't get to the point of having him have to step down. Yeah.
And then Nixon stepped down, right?
Yes, I think he did. In fact, he kind of pulled the same thing as... Trump, which was like I think he tried to fire the person that was investigating him, and that was sort of the red flag that brought him down. And that kind of could be the same thing here, is firing the head of the FBI, Comey. That's probably what started this whole thing.
Yeah, I think there was an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine was kind of in charge and the guy was investigating her, and she was like, well, can I fire you?
yeah.
Like, no, you can't fire me.
That's true. That's totally what happened.
Yeah. So,
that's funny.
Yeah. But, anything else? What do you got coming up this week? Just tonight in San Diego?
Yeah, last episode on Monday.
I will see you there. Maybe I
Awesome.
can make it back after my set and check it out.
And then everybody go vote for Jeff on Monday at the Madhouse.
We'll see. All right, you're listening to WSRadio.com.
You've heard me talking about Progressive Medical Center. They have helped me feel my best. And Dr. Agoli, tell us a little bit about integrative medicine. Why is that such a big deal at Progressive Medical Center, and how can that make me feel better?
Integrative medicine is just good medicine. It's combining the best of traditional medicine, nutritional medicine, natural medicine, and really helping the patient get to the root cause so they can take control of their health and really make an impact to improve not only their energy, their vitality, and just their overall outlook on their health and their life.
I procrastinated for a long time before I finally made an appointment. So why should someone not delay and go ahead and get set up and come see you guys?
Any journey begins with that first step, and that first step means making a decision to recognize that there's something wrong with you. Whether you have fatigue, inappropriate weight gain, not sleeping well, not concentrating, all of these issues, you can get to the root cause.
So many of us here at The Fish have gotten help from Progressive Medical Center. So why don't you find out more from them today? Go to progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
Hey, do you want a great price on a new or used car? Hi, this is professional racing driver Don Swanson, and I know a thing or two about cars. I'm talking about Military Auto Center, San Diego's original and only automotive warehouse, where low overhead means low prices on your next vehicle. Stop by and experience a friendly and casual way to discuss your car needs. They're located conveniently at 9323 Activity Road. You can call them at 858-831-7887 or online at militaryautocenter.com. We'll see you there.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.